Hi everybody. I've got a nice little fabric journal here today, and it's covered with all kinds of laces and doilies and different fabrics. It's just wonderful. Look at all those goodies sticking out everywhere. Got a big huge rose here and a stamped heart with a vintage lady, and it measures 7 by 4. And let me see here. Here's the side. All kinds of laces, all kinds of doilies, just different things overlaid. I just sewed and sewed and sewed on them, and then I let this come on over. Lace closure. Let's go inside. See how that hangs over? Isn't that yummy? Yummy! On the inside, again, I used the big rose, the big fabric rose, and put a part of a doily here. Used a sheer fabric for the pocket, and I put some cards in this side. This is a dressmaker's card. It's got some tulle and some twine on it. And this has been embossed here. A little place to journal there, and then you got the whole back to journal. And got some strings there y'all don't want. On this side, got some different fabrics here, and I sewed on a couple of seed beads and then a larger bead. It says a day to remember, and the background is sewing pattern paper. Got a piece of ephemera here, and then 2 cards to journal on. On this side, I used part of a receipt book. Did a little stamping and some seam binding. And then I attached one of the little cards to the back. Put some fabrics on it there. Piece of ephemera behind it. And a real pretty vintage. That's part of that book that I got. That's ephemera. And then there's the back of that. There's something on there that you don't need. And then that tucks right in there. Again, this is a small book, so I tried to make use of the pages so you get double use out of them. So over here I put 2, I don't know if you call them labels, but yeah, they're kind of label shaped. But anyway, they're tuck spots. This one holds this piece of paper in place, and you could journal a little something on that if you wanted. Real pretty vintage image back there. And this has been sewn around in brown. Another place to journal here. See, I'd be writing all over the place, but oh, I did stuff it. Y'all, I stuffed a pocket. Alert the media. Over here is some washi tape on a glassine bag, and then I put another one of those tags so that the bag itself could be functional. And inside we have the snippets, which is a great place to start. If you're new to journaling, it's really a good place to start journaling. Over here, another little tag with a ticket and part of a doily and a little pearl. Over here, again, the tuck spot with a card to journal on, and I sewed around the image. And then you've got this back here to journal. I got threads everywhere. A thready girl again today, y'all. Can't help it. I've got some pattern paper peeking out behind there. And then on this paper clip, I put some sari silk. And here's some lace coming over the edge from this page. And you've got a nice place to journal. It's been stamped, inked. And then, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Love cupcakes. Some cards for journaling. And over here, the same idea. Nice card. This has been embossed and sprayed and inked. All kinds of stuff. You've got some cheesecloth peeking out back here. And another card. And another one. And they fit up under the paper clip. So that's seam binding there. Over here I used a Another real pretty image and some stamping. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. It's really light, but it's quite apparent in person. And here's a newspaper clipping for journaling, and I just tore the edges. And then a postcard. Oop, upside down. An upside down postcard. Just stick that back in there. So you get a lot of function out of one page. Over here, a little embossed envelope with the top of a spool. And that's some yarn. And this card is adhered down. And behind it I put two smaller cards. Got a tuck spot behind it. And then this is a pocket, and it's got some little craft colored tags that you may want to use. Really pretty embossing. And this comes off too. Got one of those little mini paper clips. And then these come off if you want to write on these. Come here, little dude. Well, this one, yeah, it comes off. A little made out of a book page from Latin. And the man, he wrote, I guess over the words, I can't read his writing, you know, what they were. The gentleman that I got this book from, which I thought was pretty cool. So there's his writing all through that book. You know, every piece of ephemera has a story. It really does. And these just fit right back down in here. Yep. You know, I have to have everything right. I'm funny about that. And it's got some of the sewing pattern behind it. You know, I always say, when you pick an element in your book and repeat it, because it gives the book uniformity. Over here, a little pretty birdie charm. And then this is a tuck spot on a belly band here. It says Cherish, and I use the clock for the tuck to hold it in place with a real pretty vintage ad for cotton thread. Over here, some pretty birdies, and I kind of crimped the edges here. Piece of lace and a denim flower, and a image of a frame in the background, and then I just put a card in there, and it's lined. And this is Sari Silk here. And on the other side, you've got a place for journaling with some lace and some different fabrics and a vintage button I sewed on. And then that's been inked and stamped. And several cards here. Pretty image. Look at the little glasses. I love those little glasses. And that's been inked. I don't know. Can focus. So you can see it's a script stamp. Oops, I pulled that out by accident. Over here, again, the pattern paper. And then it's got some lined image here. You know, little mini columns. That Sari Silk there. Pretty lady. And then some fabrics and part of a doily and a stamped image. Got a lot going on that page. And then that's been sewn around the edges in white. And I used the pink Sari Silk here, and I just left it all thready. Sari Silk is very thready. I think that's why I like it so much. On this side is also another place to journal, and I left an envelope here. You could stuff, it's empty, but you could stuff it with whatever you like. A pretty vintage lady with a spool top and a little flower. Part of a crochet doily here, lace and some tulle, and it's a pocket. Isn't it cute? So cute. Love these. Sometimes when I or Val make these cards, because Val helps me, I put them to the side so I can make more, because some of them are just so adorable. I can't stand it. Just love them. Over here is a button with a little stamped image here and some lace. Quality buttons, quality button. And it's a double pocket that I put a tag in there. So many hats and only one head. which I think is hysterical. And then another little tag. Both of them have been coffee dyed. Well, let me keep that out so you see the image back here. Real pretty vintage lady for the background, and then a coffee dyed card. And a little mini envelope. So tiny. Cute. But it fits really good right there. I have to see the lady's face. Let's put these back. Over here is a ticket that's been stamped on. And an empty bag. And music paper and more stitching around there. You know, in case you have something you want to put in here. I resisted and did not stuff it like I normally do. Over here's another image card for journaling, and then you have this back here for journaling, and this has been stitched around. Again, sorry silk for the tie on the paper clip, and another vintage image with a postcard again. Love those. Those are fun to journal on. And this has been inked and stamped, and it also folds down. Love those. And over here you've got another tuck spot. I used a little tag for the top. A pretty card to journal on, and then you've got the back here to journal on, and you can journal on those. And these will hold more. You know, if you have something you want to tuck in here or save or whatever, you know, you've got the space to do it. Over here, I made a heart out of the pattern paper. Yeah, it's got a little, that's a scrapbook paper back there, and lace. And that's part of the envelope thing that holds the pattern paper with some cheesecloth. And then some lace and some dyed seam binding here. And then more cards to journal on. So for a little bitty book, it packs a whammy, which I like. And still room for more stuff. Oh, that's Oliver and Sammy are saying hello today. And there's the back again. Shh, quiet. Use your inside voice. It worked. Enjoy your 3 seconds of quiet, people. There's the front cover again. I want to thank y'all so much for being here with me today, and I will see you, and they will see you in the next video. Say bye-bye, Oliver. Of course, you want them to bark and they don't. Bye, everybody.